So I've got this little dubby thing going here. Kind of quite like it. So what I've got is I've basically put just some random notes in following some sort of pattern, and you can kind of see every single step as a note on. I've also put keyboard tracking on, which is really handy. Makes it sound like a synth. So you can basically put make it these settings, and then it triggers every single step, and it will fire your filter based on this. Because this is a phase for that waveform, which is good because the filter isn't going to click. If you automated the filter for trigs, it would always click and you can't use the quick performance amount, which is kind of annoying. So this kind of gets around that. And also it means that the low notes can be bassy, the high notes can be bright, or you can invert it. So for example, if or flip it, almost some Ortechery low high filtered stuff. Yeah, so I quite like that because it's pretty quick to change the track. The other thing I've done is I've used the Trig mute, so I put loads of notes in and then I just kind of basically mute some until I find something that sounds good. Save putting notes in from nothing, because that's just I mean, it can sometimes work, but with this, it's kind of get loads of sounds in and then chop them away works better for me. So there's some high stuff I don't like. I think it's this one. And this one's a bit loud. So the other thing I've done is I've removed all the lengths. Some of them anyway. So some of them I've removed the lengths, and some of them I've added lengths to. So this helps me make it so just like fixing some lengths, like this one has a length fixed. So this one's too loud. This vibe's really nice, right? So, because you've got like, it's sustained, so, and I think I've got mutes after it. It's a bit of texture, which is cool. I mean, I didn't put the texture in, but it's there, which is nice. So the reason that reverb comes through is because it's a sustained note, so the reverb's being pushed down with the compressor. So the other thing that's going on is the compressor's pretty heavy. And just use your auto settings, I find quite useful, but you have to hammer the thresholds quite low, I find. And 1 to 2, for me, most cases works quite good with like soft bass because it's got like a nice movement. But you know, it depends what you're doing. So like if you hear it with the compression, and then we switch it without. I don't know, YouTube shit, but you know, there's a lot of plosives on that. You can hear all the textures and the reverb come up, which is good. So that's sustained note, so the reverb's gone. I can't let this one. That 4 low, not liking it. resonance out. Works good, maybe. Just a bit of movement. So 13 is a problem. But the bass is quite good, so what do we do here? I think we need to pitch it. We're done. So there's a +3, so like all that stuff you see about like tuning your basses and all that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that. What I want to get is like some kind of movement, some sort of different bass, and then I'm going to filter it. Like that. Sounds cool. So the other thing is I've got some stuff set on the modulation. So if you go to your control input 1, it could be 2 if you want, and I set it to CV, and I've just basically got them both on 0, and what that does is it turns it on. So it's just permanently on, and then you can set like a middle point. So for like delay reverb, I've got delay reverb 6 to 64. What was the other one? The delayed distortion overdrive, is it? That's set to something that kind of sits okay, and then I can just play around with this. So no reverb, bit of reverb. And the other thing is the delay overdrive. So you can hear some interesting clicks as well. So on one of these notes, I think it's this one. Yeah, so on this one I've just changed so the note is sustained longer than the envelope. So it always puts you on auto, which is kind of handy, but I kind of like to change it so it just adds a click. So it's you can put that into delays and add textures and stuff without having to do much. Yeah, the effects need to be louder than that. It's not polite dub after all. So then that reverb's too much, look. that's the cool thing about Trig mutes. That high note that was kind of annoying can keep the reverb on, bring it back. So here's an annoying thing. Trig mutes. I can see I'm on Trig mutes. They're green. I don't know why I need this big box over my controls. I mean, I don't know. Still. So that means it has to be structural, right? You have to like find ways to get around the menus without whatever the devs thought was a good idea. You have to kind of work around it, and that makes the track what it is, because I can't do two things. It's like not having three arms or something. I'd obviously love the Trig mutes to be, I can see both, but so I kind of wouldn't mind putting some, maybe some, like change the EQ or the delay, and then I think we'll leave it there. So going to scroll through to the effects, high pass filter, because that moves them both, and then that's it. Isn't that cool? And you get these little crazy textures. It does crunch though, so a way to get around that is to put the low pass one. What are we doing? So when it crunches, you can just dial it back. Also bringing back in the lows kind of helps as well. So it's just more energy, gets rid of the feedback, like basically the prominent bit kicks in, so, and the compression, you know, see? But it sounds a bit naff. I like this kind of submarine thing. Whee. So yeah, I think that's enough.